Why are you lying to me about not seeing Samantha in 2012?
I'm not lying. The last time I saw her...
I can prove it because I was outside of your house when she went there.
Because I didn't do nothing and this is wrong.
Okay. Your cell phone will go on your personal property.
The date is October the 10th of 2012. 43-year-old Sherry Lee Prather is last seen at the Boots and Bottles Cafe, a nightclub in Ocean Way, Florida. Witnesses would see her on the back of a motorcycle that belongs to 38-year-old Johnny Wayne Johnson. This would be significant because Sherry's skeletal remains would be found exactly 1 month later in a wooded area off of a road called Braddock Road. A detective would speak extensively with Johnny about the events that unfolded after leaving the nightclub. But for 4 years, police were unable to establish a connection to Johnny and Sherry's death. But in 2016, almost 4 years later, things were about to change.
My father died not too long ago of cancer.
Oh, Johnny cancer.
He had this all kinds. He had it caused by Agent Orange.
Your parents still alive?
My mother.
Your mother? I'm Detective Salick. This is Detective Stapp.
How you doing?
I'm sick.
Yeah.
As you can tell, they got another bag in the bottom that I just threw up in.
Yeah.
And,
What's your, it's Johnny Wayne Johnson.
yeah.
And you live at the Maiden Voyage address?
Yes,
Okay.
I do. That's correct.
What's your birthday, Johnny?
Can I ask you a question?
Absolutely.
Why am I here?
We work in homicide and we're investigating a homicide.
Homicide.
Yes, and I'll explain that to you in just a moment, okay? And you're 42?
Yes, ma'am. I am a reefer driver for Schaefer Trucking.
Mm-hmm.
I specialize in refrigerated freights from coast to coast.
Johnny, what high school did you go to?
Northside Skill Center.
Is that where you graduated from?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You never went to Parker? Terry Parker?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I don't even know where that school is.
Okay. Are you married?
I am about to be married.
Okay.
My fiance now of 4 years.
Fiance, wait, 4 years.
Fiance for 4 years? Translate that for me, ladies.
Do you have any kids?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. Can you read and write, Johnny?
Yes.
Okay. What level of education did you go to?
I got a college degree of somewhat sorts.
Okay. And any drugs or alcohol?
No, I don't.
And what was I gonna say? Where were you born?
Right here.
Right here in Jacksonville. Yeah. Okay.
But I claim my mother's nationality.
Which is?
Icelandic.
Okay. Because we are conducting a criminal investigation, I have to read you your constitutional rights.
I understand.
Okay. It doesn't mean you're guilty of anything, but it does just...
It doesn't mean you're arresting me, but at the same time, you have to do that.
It doesn't mean... Right. It doesn't mean you're guilty of anything I'm going to ask you. It just means you understand what your rights are.
Yes.
So,
The rights are read, except for this one part.
you have the right to talk to a lawyer for advice before you make a statement or before any questions are asked of you, and to have a lawyer...
Nothing to hide.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
Just if you can sign there that you do understand what they are.
You gotta forgive me. I just don't feel good. And I'm sorry we had to meet under these circumstances.
No, it's fine.
Now here, he attempts to get brownie points with the detectives.
Thank
And your name again, sir?
Detective Stapp. No, that's fine.
How do you pronounce it?
Stapp.
Stapp?
Yep.
You might know my fiance's father.
Who's that?
His name was Frank Hatt. He was a well-known detective in the state of Florida and of Highway Patrol as well. He patrolled between Key West and Miami, I guess it's called, on the Alligator Way.
Yeah, on the
Alligator
Highway, Alligator Alley. Yeah.
Yes.
Never heard of him, but
And he taught school for years over at the G4S Securities.
okay.
Yeah. But he was highly decorated. He died not too long ago.
That was your fiance's
Father, yeah.
father? Okay.
Well, good man.
Yeah.
If you ever got to meet him, well, good man.
Wow.
I surprised the state trooper last night. He looked at, it was night before last. He looked at me in a state of shock. We were over here. I was coming home because I was sick and I knew I needed to get home to the doctor. So we were on, right before we get on I-10, on 75. We were at the exit 451. And he come in, he buying his lunch, and I paid for it for him. And he looked at me in a state of shock because I guess he wasn't used to it. But I told him, I said, people should, with all the crazy shit that's going, I mean, think about it. Look at all justified officer shooting and people getting crazy and coming after you guys.
Yeah.
It's wrong.
Yeah. That was nice of you.
Yeah.
That was real nice.
But we support Blue Lives Matter. Me and my wife both.
That's good.
So,
Thank you.
Thank you.
You thinking what I'm thinking? Yeah, he's one of those kids used to bring an apple to the teacher.
Tony, do you remember a detective talking to you 4 years ago about the girl that was missing from Boots and Bottles?
yes.
Yeah.
And I took him to where I dropped her off at. Yeah.
Do you remember her?
Yeah. I've been keeping up with the story in hopes that y'all catch the person who does it.
Yeah. Well, what is her name? Do you remember?
I don't remember her name, but I remember who she is.
Okay. So you remember you gave her a ride
Yes, I
that
do.
night?
Yeah.
And you remember that flyer?
I even told the officer that I gave her a ride. I told her that I picked her up out of the bar. I met
Boots and Bottles?
Yeah, and I was up there with a friend of mine, and he gave her his helmet.
Bernstein? Bear?
I called him Wolverine because he had the
Wolverine,
sideburns.
Yeah.
But I gave her a ride. I said, "Where do you want to go?" And she told me where to take her, and I took her and I dropped her
And
off
where did you take her again?
off of Trout River, I think it's called.
Trout River?
Yeah.
And do you remember where?
I don't remember the side street name. I just remember the main road. And I dropped her off there, like I told him. And I told the officer I rode my bike home, and I hit the gravel coming in, and I dinked my motorcycle in the tank. And he asked me if I had witnesses, and I did have witnesses at the time. I had
Witnesses for what?
that I was at home, and that I came straight home. And I told him who was at the house. It was Dana and my mom. And they even talked to them. And they said, well, how do you know he was here? And they told them. And they even told them the TV shows that they were watching on the times and stuff.
Okay. So what time do you think you dropped her off?
Right now, I don't remember.
Yeah. It was 4 years ago.
Yeah, it's been a while.
I understand. It's been 4 years, so it's been a long time. And you have never seen her since. Obviously, she's deceased.
That's what I heard when they come and talk to me, and when they talked to me the last time. And then I know they questioned me. They questioned some other people as well, but I don't know who all they questioned. I know they talked to my mom, and I called my mom constantly because my mom lives in Ocean Way.
Yeah.
And what scares me about this whole ordeal is if you look at her and you look at my mom, they are almost similar. My mom dyes her hair red. And I tell my mom all the time, she's stubborn as a beanstalk. I tell her, don't walk up and down them streets at night. And she does it. And I tell her, don't do it.
Now, have you ever met Sherry?
No.
Before?
That night was the first time I ever seen her.
You didn't hang out with Sherry when you and Vicky were married back in the day when you guys lived
No, I didn't know her
in
then.
Ocean Way?
No, I did not know her then.
Okay. You didn't know her and Vicky were friends?
No, I did not.
Okay. You remember when you and Vicky lived off of, where was that, Faye?
Faye Road.
Yeah.
You talk about DeWitt Street?
Yeah. when y'all lived in the trailer in DeWitt behind your Aunt Betty?
Yes.
And you don't ever remember Sherry coming over there and hanging out with
No,
Vicky?
I worked at Quick Crete. I worked nights at Quick Crete. And when I would come home during the day, Vicky would take off with her sister Christina. Me and Vicky, when I caught Vicky doing drugs, our relationship went then. And then it got to a point where we got a divorce. I ended up moving to Callahan. But yeah, I don't know. Only friends I ever knew her having is somebody named Clyde Tyndall, Johnny Lynn, and Joseph Nat, her oldest son's father, him.
Yeah.
But I don't remember too many people that she hung out with.
Yeah. And Vicky's been deceased for a long time, huh?
Yeah.
And that's your boy's mother?
The guy who took her for a motorcycle ride, he wrecked on, I guess, hit a curb or something, and they had a bad spill.
He lived though, huh?
He lived, she didn't. I think it's messed up because he was food barred, and I think he should have been extra charged, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because anybody knows if you're that messed up, you shouldn't be riding anyway.
Be driving right. Okay. So after this incident, got a little heated, where people were investigating this homicide. You were the last one, obviously, to be seen with her.
And I was the last one to be questioned that I know of.
And so kind of the pressure's on you because you were the last one with her.
Yeah, I understand that.
And she was on your bike, which you admit, that's the picture of you.
Yeah.
Her on the bike with you. You leave the bar. You drop her off somewhere off Trout River. You go back home, which is over there in Picketttville
No.
at the time, or what's that
No.
called?
Dinsmore.
Dinsmore.
Yeah.
And yeah, and then that was it. You never seen her again.
No. It's like I told the cop, if I knew anything more, I wouldn't have,
Johnny, you told some people some different stories, though.
I never told nobody no different story. I told them all the same thing. I tell everybody the same thing. I dropped her off on Trout River, and that's it. That was the last time I saw her.
But you've told a few different people some stories about Sherry and on
don't
Braddock
know.
Road.
I don't know nothing about it. What are you talking about?
You told some stories to different people that I think you trusted at the time about Sherry, about Braddock Road, how y'all stopped on Braddock Road. Do you remember going down Braddock Road?
No, I don't even know where Braddock Road is.
You don't know where Braddock Road is? You never been down Braddock Road?
No, I don't go down Braddock.
Explain where Braddock Road is. Because you're a north side boy.
Yeah. Braddock Road, US 1. You know where US 1 is?
Yeah.
New Kings Road.
Okay.
You know where Dunn Avenue is? Dunn Avenue runs on both sides of US 1. If you're going back to the east, or if you're going north on US 1 and turn right on Dunn Avenue, Braddock Road is the first left.
Right.
Just past the
Okay.
Rose
So that's
shopping center.
see, I didn't know that was Braddock Road.
Well, who's the friend up with the collectible?
Yeah.
The,
So, do you know what Braddock Road is now?
I know where it is now, but I didn't know that was Braddock Road.
Have you ever been down Braddock Road?
Not that I know of.
It's Ollie. Ollie said he's driven down Braddock Road with you several times.
If he has, then I don't know about it.
He said he's been with you on Braddock Road several times.
because he lives in Callahan and said that would be the route y'all would take back and forth between your house at Dinsmore and...
That don't make sense because if we come from his house to my house, you would just shoot up
US 1.
US 1
Yeah.
and take Old Kings by the correctional facility. Yeah, I would never go that way.
But that's what he said. He said that he has been down Braddock Road with you after this incident.
I don't know. I haven't really seen Oliver, more or less anybody. I got my DOT license shortly after I was last talked to detectives. And that's when me and my mom, we moved from Old Kings Road. And we went to Sterrett Road. But we were living in Ocean Way Village.
The trailer park.
Yeah, and I got a job working at Wendy's. I used to walk back and forth to work to Wendy's until I caught a ride with a friend. I was working at Wendy's on Lim Turner. My last, then I started going to school at Roadmaster Trucking. I got my DOT license and I went to work with Covenant. I've been on the road. I haven't seen nobody more or less talk to anybody.
Right,
in
but I'm
almost
talking like
3
the
years.
beginning. You know what I mean? The beginning of this investigation, 2012.
Everybody I talked to that I did talk to about it, I told them all the same thing. I dropped her off of Braddock. I mean not Braddock, but Trout River Road. I dropped her off on Trout River Road. I just don't remember the side street that I told the name of the side street, but I remember it because it had a sago palm right in front of one of the houses, and it was a big sago palm, and I remember that because I remember the landmark. And I told the detectives that, and I told everybody. I said that's where I dropped her off at because I had some guy. What was his name? He was an old country boy. He had his hat on slick back. I had him ask me about it, and I told him, and I took him to where I dropped her off at, and we went up to the lady's house that had the sago palm, and she remembered my motorcycle. So, and then I never heard nothing again, but I asked him who he was, and he just said he was one of her family members.
One of Sherry's family members?
And
You talked to the lady that lived there with the sago palm?
the person that lived there was a lady that answered the door, but she said she remembered the motorcycle.
Was she black or white?
She was black.
Yeah, I talked to her. That's not really what she told me.
But she told the guy that. And then when I left there, like I said, I went home. And
What route did you take leaving Boots and Bottles to go?
I went down over the railroad tracks.
So you started, Boots and Bottles is on Main Street, right?
Yes.
So you're headed south on Main Street?
No, the railroad tracks right across the street.
Okay,
That's where
there
it
at
was.
Sago and...
Yeah, where the McDonald's is.
Yes.
I went straight across
Okay.
the railroad tracks. I went down Cole Road.
Cole?
Yeah,
Okay.
and then I shot up to Dunn Avenue, and then when you're going down Dunn Avenue, there's a little side street that goes to Lim Turner.
Where Dunn makes the big S, you take the Leonid Road and it
Yeah.
shoots over. So you
To
went down
Lim
Leonid.
Turner.
Okay.
And I went down that, and when I went down that, I turned on to
So you went down Lim Turner
Yeah,
and you
Lim
turned,
Turner.
you crossed the bridge
Yes.
and turned on
yeah,
to
because there used to be a what is it? Like a fruit vegetable stand, north side.
It was on the left side of the road if you're going
Yes.
south, and it was like a farmer's market, little fruit and vegetable
Yeah, an
stand.
older man owned that.
Yeah.
I know. I used to work for him.
Okay, yeah, he's been there for years, or was there for years.
Yes. Yeah, I think he passed away, did he not?
He did.
And his family sold the business or
Yeah.
something like that.
Or just closed it down one.
Yeah, that's how I met Dana, matter of fact.
All right, so then when you turn on Trout River, how far down do you think it was?
I don't, like I said, I don't really remember, but I remember it was a little ways down
Okay.
because she was tapping me on the shoulder, telling me which way to go.
Okay, so now once you dropped her off, where did you go from there?
I shot straight down
Trout River?
Trout River to New Kings Road, I guess it's called.
Yep, US 1 is New Kings Road.
US 1 where the Wendy's is.
Yes.
I went straight across that red light to Old Kings, took a right,
Okay.
and I shot straight on down to the house. And when I got there, like I said, I had a big driveway and it was all gravel. As soon as I rolled in, I hit the dip, and when I did, that's when my bike went whoop, right out from under me on the gravel.
What does that have to do with anything? I don't know, like, why did you mention that about the bike?
No, because I let him know. Because he asked me if I had. He asked me about the damage on my bike.
Okay, that makes sense.
And when I
Yeah.
told him what happened.
Yeah, because I think they even took pictures of the damage and everything
Yeah.
on your bike.
Yeah.
Which I ended up having to sell shortly after because my mom needed money to pay the light bill.
Johnny, remember having that phone number 802 back then?
I don't remember my phone numbers from back then.
Do you remember losing that you lost your phone and you got a new one at that time? You did, because you had this phone number, and then you said you lost it and you got a new phone number.
But I got a couple phones since then. That's why.
Right, but at the time of the incident, you had 802. And at the time of that incident, your phone, and this is why I need an explanation of why you were on Braddock Road, because your phone hits off of Braddock Road that night.
I don't know, because see, that's what I was understanding. I lost that phone. That phone that you were talking about, if I remember now, because I lost that phone days prior to the whole incident.
Okay, you lost it prior to the incident?
Yes. And,
how long prior? So
was
802 you lost before the incident?
Yes, and the only people that I was hanging out with at the time was Oliver and that other guy.
Who's the other guy?
The guy I told you about with the sideburns.
Him
and
Wolverine.
yeah, and him and another guy that goes by the name of Shooter, but I can't think of his name from life of me. He lives in Hilliard, and another guy that goes by White Trash, but his name is Shane Gray. He works at Power Diesel, I think it's called.
Okay. So how many days do you think you lost it before so the night that you took Sherry and dropped her off of Lim Turner or Trout River? I'm sorry, Trout River. How many days before that do you remember not having that phone?
Probably about 3.
Probably about 3 days. Yeah. So you're 100% sure you did not have it that night?
Yes, because I had a different phone number at that time.
And you definitely didn't have it the day after. So you lost it 3 days prior to this. So you didn't have it this night. You didn't have it the next day,
right,
or the next day, or the next day, or any time after that.
Right.
Done. Okay.
I told my mom that I think that what I think. My mom seems to think that one of the guys that I was hanging out with, knows more than what he's put them on, because he acts shady when he's around.
Who's that?
The guy that I named Wolverine and Shooter.
You still hang out with Wolverine?
No, I don't hang out with nobody.
Okay.
I quit drinking. I work a job, and that's all I do. I work, go home. When I come in for home time, I spend it with my kids. Outside of that, I don't do
Your
nothing.
kids live with you?
No, they live with my mom. I don't do nothing.
Now, tell me about when you were married to Samantha.
Oh, that was a roll. This woman here, I ended up divorcing her because she just was going crazy. She was into this stuff called swinging, where she wanted multiple partners, and I just wasn't with it. Yeah. And she's been trying to get me back for years. She finally realized I wasn't. I hadn't seen her since probably 2010, 2009, 2010. And we got our divorce. Last time I saw her, we got our divorce. After that, I never heard nothing else from her. Then she finds out I'm working up here at Ace Hardware at the time. So she tries to talk to me. She says, "Won't you call me sometime?" I said, "No, I'm happily with somebody, and I don't want to call you because I don't want to cause that kind of disturbance."
She came up there?
Oh, yes. So then, next thing I know, I'm getting served with a restraining order from her. And my fiance can tell you, I don't even talk to this woman more or less go around her, period.
So before y'all got signed divorce papers, when's the last time you saw her before that? You said 2009?
2009, 2010, maybe?
So you didn't see her after this incident in 2012?
No. I quit messing with her when I come home and called her in bed with 2 guys at one time. And one of them was my best friend that I've had.
Fair enough.
I said no.
So let me clarify. You said you haven't seen Samantha between 2009 or 10 and 2000 and
yeah, whenever
15,
the divorce,
16?
whenever the divorce was, and then actually last time I saw her was when we went to court over the restraining order.
Oh, okay.
And that was just this year.
Yeah.
So 2016.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then that's the last time I heard from her. But she made it out like I was stalking her or something, but it's like I told the judge, I don't care where she's at, what she's doing, I don't want her around me.
Why would she tell me after this incident in 2012, and we're talking October of 2012, is when this girl goes missing.
Right.
That she saw you
That woman there, let me tell you something.
and that you came over there.
Let me tell you something. This woman here got DCF called on my mom because I wouldn't take her back. Tried to get DCF called on me. My 15-year-old is 6'3", 255 pounds. He bench presses over 200 pounds. Told DCF that I choke him out and beat him and kick him with steel-toe boots on. There's no way without repercussions, you know? And when DCF saw them, they dropped all charges on me and Mama. But she's periodically, she goes around she thinks it can work in her favor some kind of way, she would throw my name out there, just like she went to my Aunt Betty one time and told her while I was on the road, told her that I was in Callahan outside of her house stalking her. But at the time, I was in Chicago, Illinois.
What about, and you said you didn't see her and you didn't talk to her that time either?
No.
You didn't talk to her in 2012?
No, I don't mess around with her. I don't talk to her because she's crazy.
Well, Johnny, I can prove that that's not true.
Yeah, I can prove it is true.
I can prove that I can actually prove that the exact day that she came over to your house in 2012 and y'all had sex in your garage.
No. The only time she came over to my house, and if it was in 2012, it was to sign the divorce papers.
I know, that wasn't, divorce papers didn't get filed in 2012.
But that's the only time she came over to my house, was to sign divorce papers. I never had sex with her in my garage. I don't mess around with that woman. My mother, Dana, and a whole bunch of other people will tell you the same thing. That woman will tell you that I have. That woman will tell you I will.
So, Johnny, you never confessed to Samantha that you killed this girl? You never confessed to Jordan that you killed this girl?
No.
You never confessed to Michael Carroll Hayseed that you killed this girl?
No.
You never confessed to Ollie that you killed this girl?
No.
And the whole thing with the cell phone is the cell phone number you said you lost 3 days before?
Mm-hmm.
It's a lie.
It's a lie.
No.
Because it's at Boots and Bottles when you're there and when you leave, and it follows down Trout River.
And I have
Up
all his
US
text
1.
messages.
Then if it was there, it wasn't in my possession.
Well,
Yes,
then
it was. You're
someone was
texting
following you.
Samantha
No.
and Jordan.
I don't fool around with her.
When you were
period.
texting Jordan, you were dating Jordan then.
I was dating Jordan in
Right.
2012.
Right,
I
but you're
don't
talking
mess
to her on this phone.
No.
I have
Y'all
your
are
phone
talking-
record.
y'all
Well, maybe in the beginning of 2012.
No, honey, I have your,
At the
I
day
have
of
your
this
phone.
murder.
But like,
I have your phone records, your text messages. Johnny, this has been a 4-year investigation.
but I didn't do this, is what I'm saying.
Well, but you're not telling me. You think all these people are going to say that you confessed to them and you didn't? You think that your phone records are going to show one thing and you're telling me that you didn't have that phone for 3 days prior to this incident? That's a lie and I can prove it.
But I'm telling you, I didn't.
But
I
you
didn't.
did.
No, I'm saying I didn't do this.
You had this. You had sex with Samantha. You saw her in 2012.
Well, what does that
you
got to
talked
do?
her.
What does that got to do with this?
It shows
Because-
you're lying to us right now. That's what it
But
shows.
I'm just telling you, I don't remember all the dates from back then.
But if you're lying to us about this, why should we believe you about that?
Well, I understand that.
Okay.
I don't remember everything about.
Not everything, but you were you remember very well that, oh no, 3 days before that incident, I didn't have that
That's
phone.
what I'm thinking. Is it might have been 3 days, but I don't know when exactly I lost the phone. It could have been 3 days. It could have been somewhere in between, but I don't remember. But I do remember dropping her off on Trout River.
On Braddock Road, because that's where
No.
your phone goes.
I did not drop her off on.
So you had that phone, and your phone goes to Braddock Road.
Well, if it was like I said, I didn't even know that road was Braddock Road.
Okay, but you had her on the motorcycle, so you actually go past where you say, y'all keep going, and y'all do go to Braddock Road.
No.
Whether you know the name of it or not, that's where your phone goes.
What I'm saying is, I never took this girl to Braddock Road. I never took her there.
How did she get there with your phone at the same time? Explain that. I'm confused.
What do you mean she was there at the same time my phone?
Your phone was there on Braddock Road the evening that her body was put there.
And I don't know how it got there, because all I know is that night when I woke up the next day, I could not call Ollie at all. I could not call nobody at all.
What's that?
because I had no phone.
Yes, you did.
The
Matter
next
of fact, you called Ollie that night several times.
that next day, I had no phone. I'm
No,
telling
you
you.
did. No, I'm telling you.
Well, then, the next day, that's what you're telling people after you've contacted people, is that you lost your phone.
The
But you were
truth,
contacting people.
John, if you're telling the truth, you can remember exactly. You can't remember because you're not telling the truth.
No, I'm being honest with you. I cannot remember everything, every detail.
But if
You
it
gotta
was the
understand.
truth, you could remember.
But you got to understand, I've had a lot to go on
Sure.
since then. I was drugged not long ago. I was put in the hospital for 3 days. I was found. My fiance will tell you, I was found inside of a shed in Sarasota, Florida. When I was brought up here to St. Vincent's Hospital, they couldn't even draw my blood out with a syringe. According to my fiance, the doctors told her I had something called Rohypnol in my system, and I didn't even know what that was.
That doesn't affect your memory.
No, but what I'm saying is, I don't. Even my wife would even tell you, I have trouble remembering dates. I have trouble remembering times.
This is an incident you will never forget.
I don't forget this because of the face.
You don't forget this because
But
this girl went missing
simple-
when she was with you.
But simple things like losing the cell phone, I will forget. But this, I don't.
Well, that's fine. We can tell you didn't lose the cell phone. You had the cell phone the night this happened,
In the morning
and the next morning.
when you're blowing up Ollie's phone because you're nervous as shit.
No, I wasn't nervous. I was not nervous. What did I have to be nervous about? I didn't even know the girl was missing. I didn't know the girl was missing until.
Do you want me to read your text messages? Because I will surprise you with what you were texting your friends. I don't think obviously you don't remember what you texted. But Johnny, this has been a 4-year investigation that has
I don't know
been
what
out
you're
there.
talking about. I'm being honest with you. I
You're
don't
not
know.
being honest, Johnny,
I am.
but you got to explain your side of the story.
And I have been. I dropped her off on Trout River.
But you didn't.
I did.
You took her to Braddock Road.
No.
But what happened after Braddock Road? Did you just leave her on Braddock Road? I don't know. But you have to explain why you went to Braddock Road. That's what I need to know.
I didn't know that was Braddock Road.
But that's where you were. Until you can be honest about, just explain to me why you were on Braddock Road. Was there somebody else there that she saw or what? I don't know.
She sees a lot of people. She sees a guy that worked with the outlaws that had tattoos on his head.
Right, but I'm talking about that night on Braddock Road. When you went to Braddock Road, who else did y'all see on Braddock Road?
I don't know about Braddock Road.
Yes, you do, Johnny. It's right there. It's right there. You've been down it several times.
Because it's not a coincidence that your phone is there exactly where she's found.
But I don't know why my phone was there.
Because you're
you were
with
there.
your phone.
I wasn't with her, is what I'm saying.
So were you there by yourself with your phone?
I don't know. All I know is when I ride my motorcycle, I ride everywhere. I don't know the name of the roads.
I'm gonna get my computer because I just wanted to see so we can be on the same page. Hang on, you okay with the water?
If right now, I'm
You need a Coke?
feeling good. No.
Okay.
I got it coming out of both ends.
Man, there are some things you can't unsee. There's some things you can't unhear as well.
And Johnny, that's the thing. I can believe
Can I
that
see that?
the maps.
Yeah, I don't understand what that is.
And it's the cell phone maps. What it does is it shows, but it basically shows the different roads and where your cell phone is calling. Okay, these are times, these are calls.
I don't understand what you're talking about.
I understand.
That is why I'm saying I don't remember where I lost my phone.
Right. But you've got the phone at this time because you're making the phone calls to your people. You're texting your girl.
Where's Braddock Road
Okay.
at?
Braddock Road is this little road right here. This little road that runs between Lim Turner and Dunn Avenue. Comes up,
Okay.
runs between Lim Turner and Dunn Avenue. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
That's where Sherry's found. That's where your phone is.
I
Okay?
don't know why my phone would be
This
there.
was your residence right over here off of Old Kings Road.
Okay.
Okay? So it's very close to where you live.
Right.
But your phone is not here during that time. It's up here and it's moving. Okay? And I know you probably don't understand the map, but that's what I'm telling you. But there are calls being made,
Why is my
251.
phone being called it here though?
It's through here.
I don't
Okay? But
understand.
you end up at about 3:27 a.m. back over in this area around your residence. Okay?
Okay.
But at 3:26, 3 o'clock, 3:26, your phone is moving up and down Braddock Road.
Okay.
Okay? And that's all we're saying is where she's found is where your phone is. At the time she went missing,
My mom thought that other guy may have stole my phone at the time because he was acting funny when he left me.
but your guy wasn't texting your girl later that night, the next morning, and calling Ollie.
But I don't know where I lost it at.
Okay.
And if I had it that
But
day,
the
I don't.
losing of the phone is a moot point
Yes.
because you've got the phone. Okay, you've got the phone before you pick Sherry up. You've got the phone after Sherry's gone, and you're texting. What's the girl's name at that time? I'm sorry.
Jordan.
Jordan.
You're texting Jordan. You're calling Ollie.
Right.
I mean, and that's what she's gonna pull up is some text messages. There's text messages between you and Jordan, and correct me if I'm wrong, but it's like, hey, bring your truck over here, things like that. That are, you need help.
It's probably because my bike was down at the time.
Your bike was in your driveway, you said, when
Yeah,
it got
but I'm
done.
saying my bike, sometimes it
Did Sherry
shuts
knock
off.
your bike over?
No. Sometimes my bike...
Sherry knocked his bike over.
No, Sherry did not knock my bike over. Sometimes my bike shuts off on its own. And sometimes it don't. Sometimes I need tools to finagle it.
But at 3 o'clock in the morning, you need Jordan to come over and...
She lived with me.
Okay. But you're saying you were in the driveway when it fell over.
Yeah, but when it fell over now, Jordan met me at the house.
But that's not what she says.
Or
She met you at the house later that night, yeah. Yeah, later that evening you called
later
her.
that evening she met me at the house.
Because you called her. And then after
On
you...
this phone.
Correct, on that phone.
I may have called her on that phone,
You
but
did.
I don't remember when I lost this, what I'm saying. I don't remember when I lost it. Now, what I do remember is where I dropped this young lady off at.
That's a long
That's
distance
crazy.
from where you dropped her off to where she's found,
Right,
where your phone is.
right.
I mean, 3 days after you still have this phone.
No.
Yes, you do!
I don't know if I do or not.
You do. We can
If
tell you
I
from
got the
phone.
phone, I got the phone.
You
You know
changed
what?
phone numbers 3 days after or so.
Johnny, the only thing that's going to explain your side of the story is the truth of why you went down Braddock Road. We can prove it, and we can prove your line. So
That
only
may have
thing-
been one of the stops she had me stop on to talk to that guy, but he lives on Braddock Road. But I guess that's what you call it, Braddock Road. But it's a
I want
guy.
to show you to confirm it's Braddock Road because
What I'm saying is the guy that I'm talking about has tattoos on his head. He's young. He sometimes wears glasses. He rides with the Jacksonville Outlaws.
what's his name?
I don't know his road name. I don't know him that like personal hangout buddies, whatnot. I know.
Which nickname did you call him by? Was that the one you called Wolverine, the one you called
No.
Shooter, or
No,
no, not them?
no. Big Mike with the Outlaws used to hang out with him all the time. And my cousin, if he was here right now, he was a retired outlaw. He knows the guy.
I know a lot of outlaws, so that's not really no big deal. I can find out who it is.
Yeah, I can describe him perfectly. He's got tattoos on his head, and he's got them sleeved out up and down his arm.
Well, did you ride up there with him and Sherry?
He met me and her somewhere, but I don't know. I didn't know what the
Well,
name.
that
was.
wasn't in the route that you gave me.
Yeah.
I mean, Braddock Road doesn't come near the route that you gave me. Braddock
Right.
Road is.
But what I'm saying is, when we
Check
went,
this out.
I went around that way. She had me meet him somewhere.
But the night Sherry went missing, you told Detective Villanueva that night. You're telling us that you dropped her off on Trout River.
Yes, I did.
You dropped her off with this skinhead with the tattoos. on
No,
him?
he met us. They talked for a minute, and then she said she's catching a ride over somewhere with me. And then she got on the bike with me. We rode. I took her to where she wanted to go. I dropped her off. I said, "Look, I got to get home."
So that wasn't Trout River then. She rode somewhere else.
Yes,
Why did you never tell that to Detective
because
Villanueva?
I didn't think about it at the time. I was just thinking. He asked me where I last see her at, and I took him right where I last saw her at.
Okay. So, but now you remember you didn't drop her off on Trout River.
I did drop her there.
But then you picked her back up and
No,
rode
no,
with
no,
her
no,
again?
no.
Okay. So what happened?
When we got over to Trout first, she had me take another route. She wanted me to go. She made a phone call. She met this guy. We went and met this guy. She talked to him for a minute. She told me to wait at the bike. She said she's going to talk to him. I talked to him. She talked to him. I took her back over. She said she was going to catch a ride with me. She tapped me on the shoulder. She said, "We go over here. Just follow my directions." And I said, "Just tap me where you want me to turn." And she did. I dropped her off. And that was the last time I told her. I said, "I cannot stick around."
So you didn't drop her off on Trout River, you dropped her off
No,
somewhere else.
I dropped her off on Trout River.
Okay.
What I'm telling you is after
yeah.
we met that guy, I dropped her off on Trout
Okay.
River.
Where did you meet that guy?
I guess it was on that road.
Okay, well then give me the route that you took to get to that road.
Print. I can't get that big piece to print.
Can I see the computer?
Yeah, I just want it to print. It'd be easier to look at it.
And if I was on that road, you know, and if I was to travel that road, I never even knew what the name of it is.
Okay, and that's fine. You don't have to know the name. The name's not important. But when you left Boots and Bottles in and you went to meet this guy, give me that route. How did you get
I went like I told you.
Okay.
That's when she said she needed to make a phone call. So
Okay.
we made the phone call.
So y'all stopped on Trout River and made the phone call?
Yeah, and then
Okay.
she had me do a little backtracking, going down another road or something.
Okay.
And then we met this guy.
So what road did you go down?
Well, honestly, when we left, we stayed straight on Trout because
Okay.
of winding roads. And then she had me back up to the right and go down, and we hit Lim Turner, I think it is, and we hit up Lim Turner, and we come down Lim Turner. We went down to where P Farm is, and then we cut back, and that's when we met this guy.
So you went to the P Farm area out
Yeah.
off Laney Road?
Yes.
Okay.
And that's when we met this guy.
Okay.
And then we come back, she says, "Let's go." And so she had me take her back down.
And so you went back out?
We didn't go down Braddock. We went around, went back and Home Butt, and I took the quickest route to Trout River.
Which is the quickest route? What was
The
that?
US one.
Okay, so when you left Laney Road, which way did you turn on Lim Turner?
When I left Laney Road, I took a right.
You took a right, so you went up towards Callahan.
Yes.
So you went up to Callahan. Is that where you caught US 1 and
I
came
called
back?
the Church Road and went to
Church Road.
to US 1.
So that's right after you cross into Nassau County, you turn
Church-
left on
yeah,
Church
Church
Road
Road.
and cut through that little neighborhood, got on US 1,
Yeah.
and you took her back to Trout River that way.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then when I dropped her off on Trout River, I took that detective there 3 or 4 times, and I took him back to the exact same spot where I dropped her off at
Right.
on Trout River. And I said, "That's the last place I saw her."
Let me
And
go
he
down
asked me,
so you can kinda-
he asked me, "Well, where did she go after that?" I said, "Man, she went up that road right there." And I said, "I didn't see her since." I took off. I told her I could not wait. So I left. I didn't know what she was doing. She was acting funny. But I left, and when I left, I went home.
That still doesn't explain how your phone ends up on Braddock Road.
I don't know.
Okay.
All I know is when I realized my phone was missing, that is when a lot of my friends started acting funny around me, and then people started staying away from me.
But your phone, you had your phone another 3 days at least after she went missing.
I may have.
You did according to
I
your
may-
phone records.
yeah, I may
and then
have.
you changed phone numbers.
Yeah, because that's when I noticed my phone was missing, and I asked Ollie. I said, "Did you see my phone? Did I leave it at your shop?" He said, "No." I said, "Okay." And I went to Wolverine. He would never answer his phone. He would never answer his door. So I was like, "Okay." So when Ollie said, Wolverine said he never saw it. I asked Shooter. Shooter said he didn't see it.
Okay. Now you've added additional story to what you originally told Detective
Right.
Dylan Wade. Okay, so you take the route from Boots and Bottles. You take her to Trout River. You make a phone. She makes a phone call.
Yes.
You drive up Lim Turner to Laney Road. You stop somewhere around the P Farm. Then you take her back to Lim
Right.
Turner up to Church Road.
If you go down, Laney Road, you'll come up. There'll be a side road,
Yeah.
and on that side road, there's a house,
Okay.
and right on the corner, and it's right by the fish camp
Okay.
on Laney Road, and that's when the one guy met
Yeah.
with us. He was over there with a couple of his brothers. They met.
But you left there with her.
Yes.
And you took her all the way back to Trout River.
Yes, I did.
Never went down Braddock Road.
No.
You took her back to Trout River and dropped her off. So it still doesn't answer how your phone ends up at Braddock Road, the same spot where she goes missing.
We may, like I said, on the way to Laney Road, we may have.
You wouldn't have gone down Braddock. You wouldn't even have been close going the direction that you
I don't
said.
know.
And that's another thing that I'm uncomfortable with, is now you're adding another step that you never told the detectives about going to this guy's house up in Callahan.
All I
Or up
know
in Laney.
is I dropped her off on Trout River. That was the last place I saw her. Outside of that, and you can say no all you want, and it is the
Well,
truth.
there are witnesses that say you point out where she...
And I will tell them witnesses they are lying, because I don't even know where she's found on the road.
But you know, those witnesses are the ones that led us to her body.
I don't know. I don't even know how they would know. I wouldn't know. I don't know where she was. All I know is she was found on Braddock Road, because that's what my mother told me. That's what my Uncle George told me. That is what everybody has told me. But I don't know whereabouts on Braddock she was found.
But you don't even know about where Braddock Road is. Johnny, you grew up in Jacksonville. You grew up on the north side.
I'm telling you, I do not know. And I didn't grow up entirely in Jacksonville. I lived all over Florida.
But see, and that's the other thing. It's always said that y'all would use Braddock as a cut through to go back and forth. And if you did go to Laney Road, the quickest way back to US 1 and Trout River from Laney Road
Winter?
is down Braddock Road.
Oh, yeah.
And we may have took Braddock Road. That's what I'm saying. But at one time during that night, we may have taken it. But I never was there with her.
But you just gave me the directions that you went
Yeah.
back into Callahan, Church Road, US 1, so you
When
wouldn't
we,
have come there,
left, when we
Braddock.
left her friend, when we left her friend, I took her, like I said, I took her back to Trout
Trout
River.
River.
I don't remember all the roads. I don't remember. It's like I told the guy, I don't know the names of the roads. He asked me what the names of roads was. The detective
I
did.
understand that, but you got in the car with him
Yeah.
and you pointed it out,
Oh, yeah.
which is fine. Yeah. So he got it down what you told him, which he documented and stuff. So and he mapped it out. I think I have that here. So
Yeah.
You think it's on the printer, you said?
No.
I just
Not
don't
that
remember
far.
the corners of the streets. I just remember where I dropped her off at, in front of the brick house. It was
Brick
a
house with a Sago.
It was a sago palm in front of it, and I believe it was a brick house.
oh,
Thanks, sir.
Let us know.
I don't know where I put that map right this second.
I just don't remember all the names of the roads that I went down that night. All I know is I dropped her off, and I told the cop, because this freaked me out when they said she came up missing. And it freaked me out. It really freaked me out, because I never wanted to be the last guy to see anybody, you know.
But 4 years later, that's still where we are.
Yeah.
Because you're still the last guy, but now everything points to you being the last person to see her on Braddock Road where she's found.
Yeah.
I want to say the guy with the tattoos name's James, but I ain't for sure. Don't hold me to that. Please don't hold me to that. But I don't know for sure. But if I saw a picture of him, I could recognize him.
But you've never told that to any of the
Well, I
people.
don't know what all she was doing. Even like I told the cop, she was acting funny that night. She was acting, I don't know how you say it. She was doing this number with her hands and like rubbing their hands, and she was acting real jittery, if that makes sense. And it made me uncomfortable. And I said, look, I can't wait for you. I got to go.
So what happened when you dropped her off on Trout River?
I'd left her. She went up the hill. Like I told the cops, she went up that little hill or down on that road.
Was she going to come back, or?
No. She said she was fine. I told her, I said, you sure you want me to drop you here? She said, yeah. She said, I'm fine. All I know is she was seeing a guy named Curtis. I don't know who Curtis is, but that's who she was going to see. I don't know what happened to her after the fact.
Oh, he brought you a map?
Yeah.
Okay, you want to sit here and go over with him? Just because you know that area like you do.
And it doesn't give everything. Let me see what.
All right, that's coming out of one end. Let's make sure you refrain from showing it coming out of the other.
Yeah, I couldn't believe what was told to me, and I asked my mom when my mom found out about it, and then my Uncle George called, and then he's the one that told me more about it. And y'all might know my Uncle George. He lives over there off of Gossip Road. He before he straightened his life up. He used to be one of the biggest pork dealers in Jacksonville.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's George Ronald Monroe Sr.
Don't know the name.
Mm-hmm.
But I've never worked narcotics.
Me neither.
All right. I added some additional to the map because it just wasn't all there. This is 295 in US 1. Okay.
Yeah.
This is Old Kings.
Okay.
And this is Trout River Boulevard. Makes some curves. It's not perfect, but it crosses US 1 and it crosses Old Kings. And over here it turns into Garden Street, but all this is Trout River. You were living up here on Old Kings Road, north here. This is Dunn Avenue. So you were living up here somewhere north of Dunn Avenue on Old Kings Road, somewhere over in this area. Okay?
I'm about to get sick again, man.
You need to go to the bathroom?
Oh, I'm about to probably throw up here in just a second.
Do what you got to do.
I'm
You
trying to
want a
catch a breath.
Sprite or something?
No, I'm
No?
telling you, soda is not good for me right now.
Want another water?
Maybe.
Okay.
I feel real dehydrated. My body feels hot and I'm shaking real bad.
I need to get some liquid in you, huh?
I don't know.
All right. This is Braddock Road. Braddock comes all the way up to Lim Turner.
Right.
Lim Turner comes all the way up this way.
Okay.
They end up coming and they connect way up here near the Nassau County line.
Right.
Okay. Braddock comes up. Sherry was found somewhere just past these neighborhoods. Okay. Trout River's way down here. Boots and Bottles way over here off of Main Street.
Right.
The directions you gave would match up with you going to Trout River.
Right.
Then you come back to Trout River and you say you come up Lim Turner all the way up here to Laney Road.
Right.
When you leave Laney Road, you said you came back north on Lim Turner and cut across to US 1, came back down US 1 to Trout River.
But before we did that, she had met that guy.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, when we went over there, we went to, there's Laney Road.
Well, Laney's not going to be on there.
Yeah.
Laney's going to be way up here.
When Laney's Road, we would come out. We had to come down here for a minute.
But let me draw this out a little bit. I
don't
think the
know.
drawing's going to be a little better than,
I
I
can
did
see
say
it,
that's
but-
where he went.
which is what he just told me.
Okay.
Pretty
Same
much he
thing.
came. Yeah, that's how he got from Boots and Bottles to.
Okay.
But like I said, we may have not. We went over, like I said, and then on our final stop that night, we stopped on that road, Trout River, and that's when she went to see Curtis. Trying to think of Curtis's last name.
Okay.
Who she was going to see. I think his last name was Easter. Kind of heavy set, the guy. I don't know. I'm trying to think of. He had a mentally challenged guy living with him at one time, I think, when he used to live over by my mom. That's how I know him. I ran him off the road, or ran him off my mom's property. But as far as me ever hurting a woman, there's no way impossible I could ever do that.
All right, this is about the best drawing I can do, but this is Lim Turner Road, and this is where it meets Trout River down here, okay? Dunn Avenue crosses Lim Turner and goes all the way over to US 1.
Right.
This is, let me write this, this is US 1, this is New Kings. All right?
When we
Laney
met-
Road is way up here, and then Braddock is a little bit south and runs between the
When
two.
we met that guy here, we ran up here.
Right, and came across to US 1.
And this is where she got another call. She made another call.
So you stopped and let her make another call.
She made another call, but she didn't make it from my phone though.
Okay, what phone is she making it from?
I don't know.
Because she didn't have a phone, did she?
She had a little flip phone with her. Like I don't know how to say it. It was like a flip face phone.
Weren't we told she didn't have a phone at all?
She just she left the phone at home.
Okay, her phone was at home.
She had a little flip face phone with her. One of her friends was like if you're gonna go, you need to call me. And she had a little flip face. It was a heavy set girl that wore braids.
Johnny, here's the issue I keep having. Every time we show you that there's something else wrong with your story, you try to make it fit into what we're showing you. that's not the case.
I'm not trying to make nothing.
Well,
fit in.
and I know, but you left out the part of Laney Road originally. We told you that,
Yeah.
you told us about
Like I
Laney.
said, if I come down, I may have come at one time with her on here, but I didn't stop here with her. I didn't leave her here.
Did y'all stop and make a phone call on Braddock coming back through?
No.
Instead of US 1, could it have been Braddock Road?
It could have been Braddock Road.
Okay.
But at the same time, I didn't leave her here. I left her on Trout River, just like I told the other cops.
I'll tell you what it looks like and what I'm thinking right now is that y'all stopped for whatever reason on Braddock Road, okay? Maybe she makes a phone call. I don't know. But something happens right there. And you take her out and dump her body and go home.
No. I can't do that. I can't even hunt.
You say that, but that's, I don't know you, you don't know me.
Right.
I don't know what you're capable of, you don't know what I'm capable
But
of.
anybody will tell you I don't have the stomach to go hunt.
That's not what people are telling us, though.
I don't. If you ask my mother, you ask
This
my
isn't about
uncle.
hunting. This isn't about animals.
This is like getting
This is about
pissed at
somebody
someone.
pissing you off.
No, I can't hit a woman. Vicky beat me in my back with a baseball bat. I never hit her back. I never even vengefully come at her.
Sherry made you mad. She said something.
No.
She said something to you that
No,
made
she
you
did
mad.
not.
She kicked your bike over. She did something.
No.
Does Sherry have tattoos?
I don't know.
Do you know?
I don't know.
You don't know if she had any tattoos?
No. I didn't pay that close attention to her. She didn't make me mad. She didn't kick
Did you have
over
sex
my-
with her that night?
No. I didn't.
And why do you tell somebody you did?
I didn't tell nobody I had sex with her. I didn't have sex with her.
You did tell somebody though.
I swear to you, I did not. I did not.
So, Johnny, this is what happened. Was somebody else around you and you saw something happen to Sherry and you just don't
No.
want to tell us?
No, ma'am.
Then how in the world
I don't know.
are you showed people on
I
Braddock
never
Road?
showed nobody
Yes, you
nothing.
did.
No, I swear to you, I did not. No, I did not. I never showed nobody nothing. I don't know who's telling you these things, but they're lies. I did not show nobody
All separate people.
nothing. No,
You never went down Braddock Road and showed Ollie anything?
no. I did not.
What reason would these people have to lie on you?
I don't know. And I don't know.
They don't have
And-
a reason.
Well, actually, I don't know. I used to run in a motorcycle club with Ollie.
Right, Confederate Knights.
Confederate Knights.
Right.
I used to run
I'm on
in it
it.
with him. And then things went south between me and him, and I stopped hanging out with him.
When? When did you stop hanging out with him?
Shit, we haven't hung out in a long time.
When's the
I-
last time you talked to him?
Probably the other day when I saw him at his dad's. When I went and stopped at his dad's shop, because I'm still friends with his
the
dad.
one up on North Main, the
Yeah,
junk
I bought
store.
2 Gone with the Wind wind-up clocks. They give to my mother-in-law. That was the last time, and he was up there then, but he really didn't conversate with me. He gives me a cold shoulder. I don't talk to nobody. I don't talk. I don't have a whole bunch of friends.
Right, that's not now, but back then.
Even then, I didn't. People didn't want me around back then. People.
Why didn't they want you around?
Well, they only did when I had money. Ollie is the type of individual, if you have money, you're his best friend. If you don't have money, he won't have nothing to do with you. That's what he did with AC. When AC found out what Ollie was doing, AC stopped hanging out with Oliver. Then AC went and joined the Black Pistons. Shooter did the same thing. Shooter stayed with Ollie. Shooter was paying all of Oliver's bills, his taxes, his lights, everything. As soon as Shooter's bank account rolled out, Shooter had to move out. Same thing with me. When he found out, when I won my settlement, because I had a front inguinal hernia, he let me stay with him. When my stuff was up, I had to go. It just,
You never told Hayseed anything?
no,
Why would he lie?
I don't know. Me and Hayseed hadn't talked to each other in years, and
Absolutely correct.
we haven't. We had a falling out, him and I, because I was doing a job for him. He hired me to clean off his property. I was cleaning his property off, but I guess he got mad at me or something. I don't know. He got mad at me because I was hurting. I was working out in his yard by myself and didn't have no help cutting trees down. I was hurting one day, so I didn't show up for work because I wasn't feeling good. He got mad at me. And then when I said, fine, fuck it, you finish cleaning it yourself. I don't need the job. And then we not talked since. Me and Jordan split up because of my mom.
When did y'all split up?
Oh, I want to say right after we moved to Ocean Way Village. We've been living there at that time for about 9 months. Me and Jordan split up because she and my mom had a falling out. And it was an honest falling out because of the fact while I was gone working, she had some guy come over that was an ex-boyfriend hanging out with her over at my mom's, and my mom didn't feel comfortable with him. I don't know every detail between her and my mom, but they had a falling out, and she wanted me to move, and I told her I could not move because I had to help take care of my mom and take care of the boys, is what I told her. She got mad because I chose my mom and my boys over her.
So everybody's against Johnny. Casey's against you.
I don't know why they would say these things.
She's against you.
But I have people that will tell you that people like to make stories up about me. My Aunt Betty is one of the biggest ones.
Why? Just because she knows about the Long Green Road incident?
What happened on Long Green?
Tell me.
Okay, well,
I'm just saying. I mean, Betty. I mean,
No, I'm
why
gonna
would
say
she make? She's your aunt, your biological aunt.
my Aunt Betty and me has not been on the same level of playing field since I was probably about 16 years old. Me and her had a falling out. It was actually me and her husband who had the falling out.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, why is everybody against you?
I'm the black sheep of my family, regardless. Because that's just the way it always is. Only people in my family that ever cared about me was my Uncle Junior, my grandfather, my grandmother, my Uncle George on my mother's side, and my grandmother on my mother's side.
But why would the people that you were hanging with at the time be against you? Why would they just make this stuff up? Why would your phone records put you there? Why would they make this up? Why were you the last one leaving with them?
That's why. That's a question I cannot answer.
Why are you lying to me about not seeing Samantha in 2012?
I'm not lying. The last time I saw
Johnny,
her,
I can prove it because I was outside of your house when she went there.
I cannot. I honestly,
I was there.
I never had sex with her.
Oh, really? Because I got something to prove that. You're lying. So quit lying. There's a reason why you're on Braddock Road. You have to give your side of the story. This is the
I'm
only time that
giving
you
you my
can
side
tell
of the
me.
story. I'm giving you my side of the
but
story.
your side doesn't add up with
Just
the
like
evidence.
That
I
doesn't
haven't
make
seen
sense.
Samantha in 2000. I haven't seen her. I know I never saw her that year. That's bullshit because I was sitting outside of your house when she went in. I was there.
Now she's been up to my house to see my mom, but I've never seen her. I don't
Yes,
hang
you
out with her.
did. Yes, you did because I was there. In an undercover car. You never saw me and my partner. I was there and I watched her with you.
I never had sex with her.
I have it on recording, Johnny.
I don't have sex.
I have it on recording.
No.
Yes, I do.
No. I never had sex with her in my garage.
Why are you lying about simple stuff? That's
I
simple
don't
stuff.
associate with that woman.
You don't now, but you did in 2012, just like you went over to her house the day after this incident during her daughter's birthday party.
When did I go over to her house during that
In
incident?
2012, during her daughter's birthday party.
If I went over, are you talking about the time I took my rig over to her house and to get a mattress for my mom with my mom?
No, the bottom line is you say you didn't see her in 2012, but you did.
Several
times, and you talked to her several times.
On them dates, I don't remember exact dates.
We're not talking exact dates. We're just talking 2012. After Sherry Prather goes missing, you said you did not see Samantha until y'all signed divorce papers and then for the injection.
Well, I don't socialize with the woman. I don't talk to the woman.
Okay, but you did see her.
I may have, but what I'm telling you, I don't remember the exact dates.
Just like on November 5th of 2012, you went, and I can prove that, you went to her daughter's doctor's appointment with her.
I did not.
Yes, you did!
Not in 2012, no.
The
have record of it.
say that you were there.
I
That's
have
the
record of
doctor's
it, Johnny!
records.
I'm not making this up!
2012 of December?
November.
Of November of 2012. 2012. You
I
went
don't
with
remember these
Samantha and her daughter.
I don't remember the dates of these things. I remember going to a doctor's appointment when I was living with her and her daughter off of Revere Street before I moved out. But I moved out a short time after.
Johnny, this stuff's falling apart quickly, okay? The more you sit here and you tell us these lies, it makes you look like... listen, makes you look like, hey, I'm just a cold-blooded... Listen to me for a minute. I've listened for a while. It makes it look like, okay, I'm going to push it off on everybody else. I don't care. It's not my responsibility. I didn't do it. That's my lies. I'm going to leave it with that. But it makes you look like a cold-blooded killer. There may be a good reason something happened or something went wrong, but that's what we got to know. Right now, if we take all this to a jury in front of a jury, they're going to say, oh, man, boy, that man's a cold-blooded killer.
No, I didn't do this.
Well, who did?
I don't know who did.
Well, you went to Braddock Road with her.
I don't know who did
But
this.
you went to Braddock Road with her.
But I didn't leave her on Braddock Road.
Okay, did you go on Braddock Road, yes or no?
I went down it, but I guess...
With her?
I guess.
No, it's not a guess.
I'm assuming if you say I did, I did.
No. I want you to tell me because that's what you remember. I'm not going to put words in your mouth.
I don't remember the streets, is what I'm telling you. I am honestly telling you, I don't remember every street I went down.
You
But
remember
I remember the road that I left her at. And the road that I left her at was Trout River Road.
You didn't leave her on Trout River Boulevard.
I did.
You didn't.
I did. I swear to you on everything
So
I did.
she walked from Trout River all the way back
I
to
don't know
Braddock
how
Road where she
there.
got killed.
I don't know how she got there.
You, your phone, and Sherry Prather are right there on Braddock Road where she is located. Dead.
I don't know how she got there.
Johnny, if there was somebody else on the road when you left her on Braddock Road, that's what we need to know. But once we're done, we're not going to ask you that again.
The only other person that she knows over on that side is that guy I told you about.
Right, but it's about what you saw, and if you dropped her off on Braddock Road and you're too scared to tell us because that's where we found the body, we need to know that. Because if we don't know it now, what are we gonna assume? But we have to know the complete side of your story, even if you're nervous to tell us. But we have to know, because we got to know all the facts. All the facts. Even if you're too scared to tell us, we have to know all the facts. If you left her on Braddock Road, you have to tell us you left her on Braddock Road. But I'm not putting words in your mouth.
The last person I saw her with was with them guys I told you about.
Not on Braddock Road.
She was not on Braddock Road. And it was a guy named Curtis she said she was meeting, and it was that other guy I told you about that has the tattoos on his heads. Outside of that, I don't know what happened. That's what I'm telling you.
So it's just a coincidence that after you drop her off on Trout River, they take her right back to where y'all stopped on Braddock Road and dump her there.
I don't know nothing about... I don't even know where she was found on Braddock Road.
She's found on Braddock Road right about here. It's about 5 to 8 miles over to this area in Laney Road that you said. It's about 5 to 8 miles down here to Trout River. I mean, you're like right in the middle between the two stops that you make.
But I did not know the exact spots where she was found.
And
Maybe not the exact spot on Braddock Road.
I don't
get
know.
it.
but you pointed
didn't
it
know.
out to people.
No, I never pointed nothing out to nobody.
They sure gave us some hell of a clue as to where you said she was.
That's what I don't understand. That even I was asking my mother, how could somebody know where she's at?
Exactly. Unless somebody
They
told
put her there, or you know that's where you left her with whoever. But we need to know that side of the story, Johnny. Because what you're telling us now is never going to fly. It's never going to fly.
The last people I saw her with was them guys I told you about.
On Lim Turner, though.
On Trout
That's
River.
not true. Or Trout River, I'm sorry. That's not true. And nobody's going to believe that. Now, if you're willing, if that's your story, and you want to play a game and gamble,
I'm not playing games.
if you want to gamble, I'm sure you've gambled. You get on a casino or a
No.
table. Okay, well, if you want to gamble your life based on that story, if you want people to believe that story, that's a big gamble I would never be willing to take.
But I didn't.
That's my
do it.
freedom, Johnny. That's your freedom.
I know, and that's
You're
what
gambling with it.
I'm pleading with you. I did not do this.
Okay, if you didn't do this, how... Okay, maybe you did not do this. Maybe you did not.
I didn't.
Okay, maybe you didn't. But what we can prove is that you were on Braddock Road the night she went missing.
Okay.
Explain Braddock Road, and I don't want to hear no more bullshit about, oh, I know where Braddock Road is. That's a bunch of crap. I don't want to hear it anymore. Were you or were you not on Braddock Road with Sherry Prather that night after you took her on your motorcycle?
We met that guy.
Where?
We met him where is it that? The guy I told you that was here.
On Laney Road.
Yeah, we met him here.
You met him at the intersection of Braddock and Laney.
Yeah.
Okay, why is your story changing again?
Because I'm scared.
You got no reason to change
What are you
the
scared for?
story.
What are you scared for?
I'm scared of this guy.
You're scared of this guy?
Oh, I'm real scared of this guy. You
So-
don't know what I know.
Well, then
You
let me
haven't-
ask you that. Before I talk about that, let me just make this clear, because again, I don't want you to appear like a liar
Right.
to others people.
Right.
We're gonna go
Well-
back. Do you?
If I
Or do
tell
you
you,
not?
if I tell you what I know
Yes.
about this
Okay.
and tell you about that guy,
Okay.
you got to promise me whatever happens to me does not happen to my kids, because this guy will kill me.
Well, none of your kids. Listen though, I need the truth right now. Your only last chance to tell me the truth. You do or do not know Braddock Road? Yes or no?
I didn't know the name of it, but we were on that road.
And how do you know that?
Because we met that guy right here.
How do you know if you don't know the name of that road? Now remember,
Because he told me where it's at, and I remember.
but I don't want
going-
anybody putting words in your mouth.
No,
Okay.
I remembered how we got on that road, and I honestly do, and this is the honest truth. And I'm scared right now.
Well, just the truth is what's going to help, so go ahead.
No, I'm telling you right now, if I tell you about this guy, he is mean. He will get me.
Now, who is he?
I don't know his name, but I know his face. He's short. He's about my height, but he's got tattoos on his head. He hangs out with Big Mike that runs with the Outlaws.
Okay, well, you haven't told us who he is. Tell us what happened.
When I come down, she made a call.
Mm-hmm.
And when I come down, we met them people here.
Okay.
How do you know now that it's Braddock Road?
Because when we first was here, we backtracked to here and come down here, and that's when she tapped me on the shoulder to turn.
Okay, so you never came up to Laney. You turned on Dunn.
Yeah.
Now, where... Because there's a lot of roads along Dunn Avenue.
Okay. When we come down, she said it's the road right before the Food Lion. It's a road right before it's on the opposite side of the park.
Okay.
She said it'll be on my right side.
Because what you're saying is there's a food line here,
Yes.
and there's a park across the street.
Yes.
Okay.
When we come down this road, we came here. When we got somewhere on this road, I don't know. I think it
Is
was
there a
down
subdivision around, or what was around the area?
here. At the time, it was.
When y'all started
I could
that
see the intersection here.
You could see Lynn Turner.
Yeah,
Okay.
I can see the intersection here.
There
and I
any
can see a
houses or
stop
anything
sign. No, not at that time.
Okay.
And that's when they came up. They were in a white Ford pickup truck that was beat up with no tailgate. Curtis was driving. He was a heavy-set guy, kind of like kind of remind me like the guy off of Lizard Lick Towing. Kind of real heavy-set, had a goatee, talked with a southern accent. Him and that other guy I told you about, and they had another guy with them. She told me she wanted me to meet up with them. Now, they said that they had to run over here again. Well, I don't know what they talked about. But that is them are the people that she was ended up with, right there.
So you dropped her off at Braddock and Lynn Turner, is what you're saying now?
Yes, I did.
But y'all came down Dunn and went down Braddock. So you rode all the way down Braddock to Lynn Turner.
Right.
And you're 100% sure it's
Yeah,
Braddock
because-
Road. Do we need to print a regular map of it?
The reason why she said she asked at first was he at the house, and he said he will be for a few minutes, and then she said that he said when we got down here she made another call, and that's when he said just to meet her down by the stop sign, and that's when they met.
There's a stop sign down there, I guess. I mean, you gotta stop, so.
Stop.
But what happened after that, I don't know. I dropped her off. I left her there.
Okay,
She
well
was
then-
gone.
Then, okay, at that point, let me ask you this. Not, and again, this is
But
your
I'm
chance.
scared. I'm scared of
But
these
this is your
guys.
chance
You
to be
don't
honest
know.
again,
These
Johnny.
guys will.
This is your chance again. After that incident, you did talk about it with Ollie.
No, I told Ollie that I dropped her off.
Right. On Braddock?
I told Ollie I dropped her off from the corner. I told him I dropped her off from the corner of Lim Turner and Braddock.
Okay,
But
now, let me
he
ask you
told-
this.
He's the one that told me. He's the one that told me when we found out she was missing. He was the one that told me to say that I dropped her off on Trouts River.
Okay, but let me ask you this. Because I looked at the phone records after that, too. I subpoenaed Ollie's, too.
I know.
Y'all did ride down Braddock Road together after that, after the incident. You and Ollie, correct?
I went to a shop. I went to a shop, and then he followed me home. And after that, when I laid my bike down, he come picked me up out of my thing. We went to his shop to get something. Then he brought me back home.
Did you ever ride with Ollie after this incident down Braddock
Yeah,
Road?
we cut down that same night down here. Down there.
Down that night.
And what did you tell him when y'all were cutting down? the
I
road?
told him, man. I told him. He says, "Did you have fun?" I said, "Yeah, I had fun." We went up there. I told him we went to Boots and Bottles, sang a little bit of karaoke, and then I said I went home. I said, "Well, I dropped off." I said I dropped off because he knew about the girl I picked up. I said, "Yeah, I dropped her off with some friends, and I went home." But I left it at that. I didn't say nothing else. And it wasn't until that cop showed up at his dad's store when all of this about the murder thing came out. And that's when they called me and said, "Would you be willing to talk to me?"
What about, why did you take Jordan down that road that night? Why did you take her?
I didn't take her down that road. That's what I'm telling you. I did not take her. I don't know. She may have come. She's got friends that live out that way.
But you did go. She did go with you down that road, but like, why? I mean, why did you take her? Were you nervous about something, about dropping the girl off, or what?
No. She's got friends. She's got a mom that lives up somewhere over that way.
But you went off Braddock Road with Jordan.
We go off different roads. I didn't know what the name of the
Johnny,
road was
it's
at the
okay.
time.
I just need to know. You did go on Braddock Road with Jordan, correct? After this incident, after she went missing,
It may have been after, but I don't know.
like that morning.
No, I don't know if it was that morning or not.
But have you been on Braddock Road with Jordan?
A long time ago, but yeah.
Well, yeah, when you were dating a long time ago. Yeah.
But I don't know about now. But I did not leave that girl. I did not kill that girl. I did not have nothing to do with that. She was with them guys.
When you left her, where did you go?
I went home.
How did you go?
I went back home. I just went back home.
Did you drive? Which way did you drive? Back down Braddock? Did you go
No,
up
I
Lim
went
Turner?
down Lim Turner and shot up US 1. That is how I went home. Then I shot down the Old Kings and I was there. Because it was a straight run.
So Ollie went with you. He came over to your house that night after you laid down your bike, after you dropped Sherry off,
Yes.
and he came and got you.
Yes.
And then y'all drove down Braddock Road. Which way did you go from your house to Braddock Road with Ollie?
He said he had to go pick up something. So we shot up to Dunn Avenue. And then he said, "I'm going to pull down this way for a minute." So we shot down that way for a minute, and we got over on Lim Turner. That's when he took that right, and then he hit Airport Road, I think it's called. And he went back up the back way, and we ended up over there by a shop.
So y'all came from your house to Dunn Avenue. You crossed over US 1. So you didn't take Dunn all the way down to Lim Turner?
No.
You caught another road that cut
He
up
drove,
to,
yeah, he drove. He shot down a side
Okay.
road.
So the only road that goes from Dunn Avenue to Lim Turner is Braddock Road.
He shot down the side road. We went back up
go-
this
and
way,
then you
and
call-
we hit Airport
This
Road.
is Terrell.
Yeah,
and
Terrell.
then you cut Duval to Airport Road.
Yes.
And go over to Main
And
Street.
then we went over to Main Street. He stopped. He hangs out with a guy named Lee. That owns Lee Record. We stopped there for a minute, then we went to a shop. Then I went back home. When I got back home, that's when Jordan met me at the house.
Well, why did you call Jordan if Ollie came and got you?
Because I was calling her soon when she was coming home. I thought she was going to either stay with AC and them because she was hanging out with her friends.
That's where she was when you called her.
Yeah. And she said, you want me to come home? I said, yeah, if you want to, come home. We'll watch a movie.
Was she
or
home
something.
when Ollie picked you up?
No.
So Ollie had already came and got you. Y'all did your errand, went down Braddock Road, and then she came home.
Yeah.
Okay. So she didn't see Ollie there.
But I did not do this. I did not
Okay,
kill.
Johnny. Well, that's why we just need your story because
This has got me scared because them guys know I told you about
we don't
them.
even know who the guys are.
One of them's named Curtis.
Curtis.
And that's the only name I remember. But the other guy, I know him because I seen him at the clubhouse because my cousin Austin was an outlaw. And I seen him in the clubhouse.
We need him to sign wherever he dropped her off. Or do we want to print out a better map?
But
I think we should print out
Yeah,
a better map.
these guys, I'm telling you now though, if these guys know that I told you about
Johnny, I'm not going to tell him you told me.
Yeah, listen.
At all.
They're going to cut me up in little pieces.
I'm not going to let that happen. I don't do that to people. Ever.
I had a cop tell me that one time before when I became a snitch in the prison system. When I was in Georgia, because I saw something foul. I saw a rape in the prison system. And I told the guard about it. The guard went and told them about it and popped my cell, and I got beat with locks and socks.
You want another water?
I'm scared to death right now. I need something.
Are you more scared of them or are you more scared of prison for the rest of
I'm
your life?
scared of them.
So you'd rather go to prison for the rest of your life then?
No, I would
then
not.
It's either Team JSO or it's Team Prison.
I will help.
So just
you.
stay on board. So let me print a regular map out so we can 100% sure be together on it, okay? So we both, I understand it. You want a water, Coke, Sprite?
Water. Soda's going to hurt me.
I think soda might help you. That's Sprite. But I'll give you water.
I'm scared to death.
It's okay. We'll be all right. I'm going to get you a cold water, okay?
Can I talk to my wife, please? My fiance.
Yeah, just a moment, okay? She's not here, though. But give us a minute, okay, Johnny? Let me just get that map.
I know some of you are listening on your phones and you're not sitting in front of your TV. So if you're not watching, you might not want to watch the next 3 minutes. There's a timer on the screen. You can skip forward. But if you're watching and you're at home and, I think some of this is enjoyable. I think it's kind of funny to watch this guy act up in the room. So if you want to watch, great. If not, skip forward. Here we go.
Print it out first.
They're going to kill me. That's why I changed my appearance. That's why I changed the way I lived. That's why I moved away where I moved. To get away from all them guys. I didn't do it.
Hang on, sir. I need water. Okay.
When can I go home?
Let me talk to the detectives. Okay, just bear with us.
The name of the guy. What is his name? God, these guys are going to kill the shit out of me. They're going to cut me up in little pieces. They got friends on the inside. Oh my God. What did I do? Why did I want to become a snitch? These guys are going to kill me. They're going to cut me up in little pieces. Feed me to the fish. They're going to kill my kids first, though. That's who they're going to kill. I can't pick that lid off. I'll wait until they come in and then I'll tell them. My God. I don't feel good. Not for somebody else to get I want. Because they did that and I'm going to put them in jail for it. I am innocent. And I got to pee now. Oh, I need to go to the restroom. Hello? Hello? Oh. Hello? I got to go to the restroom.
Yes, sir. What can I do for you?
I got to pee.
Okay, hold on. Let me get the officer. We'll get you taken care of.
All right.
All right, step back for the door, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. There you go. All right, man. Come on. Let's go. Follow this officer. Okay. All right, man. She'll be in just a moment, she said.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm hoping I can get to go home soon.
Okay, well, hopefully you will.
Just hang in there, man, all right?
Yeah. I just want to call my wife and have her come get me. I want to go home. God, I feel bad.
Okay, we finally got these maps together so we can understand. Our printer, it just wasn't big enough to go on sheet.
What I want to do is I want to kind of start from the beginning. Let's go from the beginning with the truth, okay? We're going to start at Boots and Bottles.
All right.
You met her at Boots and Bottles.
All right, and I ended up taking her. I took her first to Trout River.
Okay, so you did go to Trout River. So the path you told me is you came down Dunn Avenue to Leonid Road.
Right.
So I'm going to kind of trace over Leonid Road. And then you turned on Lim Turner, correct? You went across the river on Lim Turner to Trout River.
Right.
Now this is Trout River between Lim Turner and U.S.
Right about here, she made the call.
So early on.
Yeah, she made the call. That's when she got the call and she asked some guy, she was talking to him about something.
Now, what phone is she using?
She using a flip phone.
Okay.
It was a small little flip phone that heavy set girl gave her. Okay. I don't know who her name is. But I think she said her husband was doing the karaoke or something.
Yeah, I know exactly who you're talking about. The girl with the dreads, the white girl with
yeah.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
So then y'all got back on Lim Turner and came up to
Dunn
Avenue. Okay.
She said his house is just down. I don't even know where the
Okay.
road is.
So y'all came all the way underneath 295.
Yeah.
You came all the way down to the park.
Yeah.
Okay.
She said his house was on that road right across from the park, and I said, all right. Then
Here's the park.
When we went down.
Okay, so you come up Braddock Road. How far do you think you went? Because this is it with little curves. The curves are pretty obvious.
Where's his house? Johnny's house was...
Johnny's house
is
right over here off of Old King Road,
okay.
somewhere in this area.
Well, when we got down a ways.
Did you stop before the curves to make?
We stopped right at the curves, maybe a little bit past the curves.
Okay.
Like right up near. I know I could see this here, the stop sign.
All right.
And that's when I made the call. We made a call. And then she went down here. She had him meet him. He said meet off Lim Turner on right over here, on the edge of that road. He said we could pull off, and then that's when they met. And
so y'all met right. Which?
Yeah, one of the guys with them goes by the nickname of Hillbilly.
Hillbilly.
Yeah.
That's one of the outlaws.
Yeah, he has a tattoo, and he normally has just sideburns right here.
Isn't Hillbilly kind of the runs outlaws?
I don't know who runs. I think Rick runs it now. And the reason why I know this is I used to run in a club called Odin's Kindred, which is a religious club. In order to be sanctioned here in Florida, the way you can fly anywhere without bullshit, you have to go through them guys.
And you're going to have Hillbilly's approval.
Yeah, well, Rick's approval now.
Is it Rick's now?
Yeah, but one of the guys, they called him Hillbilly. He was kind of tall, little chubby, but had sideburns here, and he had the tattoo. I want to say skinhead tattoo on the back of his head. And the other guy that was with him was skinny, and he had tattoos all over his head. And the other guy was Curtis, she called him. But I know she was arguing with one guy at the bar, and he had a hat. He was an older gentleman, had long hair, and he had a mustache. I don't know his name, but they were at the cars arguing that night. That's when she got on the back of my bike and said, I just want to get out of here. Could you take me somewhere?
Now, why has none of this ever come up before?
I'm going to be honest with you, because I'm scared of them guys. I am full out with scared. I've seen what the guy named Hillbilly done to a guy before, and I just, it made me throw up. He beat the man so bad. Him and a guy named Clint Walker. They were inside of a nightclub, and they beat the hell out of a guy. And it was during Bike Week. We were down there, and they laid into this guy. And all the guy did was accidentally bump one of them and spilt their drink. And I guess because other clubs were around, man, they laid in this guy. Oh my God! I'm good.
That's kind of off the point of this. So when you dropped her off on Braddock Road in Lim Turner, you said you went where?
I went back home.
Okay, and you said you came up Lim Turner?
Yes.
to Church.
To Church Road.
Okay, here's Church Road.
Yeah, and it winds and
Yeah,
curves.
it kind of winds and curves.
And
Okay.
it runs right into the Lim Turner. I mean, not Lim Turner, but US 1.
Okay.
You take a left right there.
Correct.
And when you come down, there's a
There's a
old
split here at Old
the
Kings.
word Old Kings.
Yeah, the
is.
Right.
split.
And you go
came
down
this way.
Old Kings,
Your
and
house on the left.
Okay.
It's burnt down now.
is it?
Is it, I think?
I don't
It was
know. It's
either
torn
burnt or
down.
missing, yeah.
Yeah, missing or burnt.
My mom had to let the property go back to the owners, and we couldn't afford it no more. Too much. We had to cremate my father $8,000 later, not counting the urn. The urn was another $1,500.
So let's look at this map real quick. Now, of course, it doesn't show Main Street, but we know you came down Main to you got to end up on Dunn Avenue, so it starts at Dunn Avenue at Leonid. Leonid to Trout River. You come back up Trout River to Dunn. You come down Dunn to the park.
And the
Okay?
way I know, or the why I know which way I came in, is because on that side of the road, when you pulled in that driveway, there were ruts because a semi-tractor trailer came through. And when I hit them ruts, I hit that gravel because I hit my brake. And when I hit my front brake, that's when my bike went down.
And Johnny, I'll tell you something. Looking at your phone records and looking at this map now, this makes more sense
Oh,
with
yeah.
your travel.
Absolutely makes
Okay? Because
total
we
sense.
knew you went up into Callahan. We knew that you cut over here near the forest, came back down. Okay,
But please don't let these guys hurt my
Well,
kids, man.
here's the thing. We still got some things we got to get past.
Right.
Okay, one, we don't know who these guys are.
I
Okay.
will point them out to you. I know if you got.
You just described us, Curtis and
Hillbilly.
You said
Hillbilly.
you know the guy I'm talking about. He has a tattoo on the back of his head, and it's a swastika.
Hillbilly does.
Yes,
I've heard of Hillbilly. I don't know his name.
he's a mean.
I know people.
Him and he was Cookie's prodigy. If you know Cookie, my father grew up with Cookie.
Hillbilly and Cookie are both outlaws. Up in the outlaws, right?
My father used to be tight with these guys, and so did my cousin Austin's dad. And Cookie, not long ago, Cookie left a guy at the end of Fay Road underneath the railroad tracks wrapped up with 9-wire. And I was probably about 14, 15 at that time. But Cookie did that because he raped a white woman. But he f***ed the guy up good. I mean, good. And these guys here, they can play the innocent shit all they want. There ain't nothing innocent about these guys. They're not your good
We know.
guys.
All right. When
I can tell you so much.
after you got home, Ollie came over, right?
What time do you think
what time,
that was?
Yeah, what time of the morning?
Honestly, I don't know.
Okay. Do you know what time of the morning you think it was when you got home?
Honestly, I cannot.
If the phone records, if I read it out, would it?
It probably will,
refresh?
but I don't.
Do you
right
know what
off.
time you
Okay.
left the bar?
No,
Was it closing?
Yeah, it was closing.
So
It was
we're getting
closing.
close to 2 o'clock.
it was closing.
Okay.
I did have some beers that night.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, so
not many.
So
but
we're talking closings around 2. By the time you make this little trip here, you know, we could be pushing anywhere from 2:30 to 3 o'clock, or maybe a little later.
Probably so.
Okay, so we're talking the wee hours of the morning.
Right.
So Ollie comes over. When you catch Ollie, you said Ollie
He needed to run an errand.
Okay.
He said.
at 3 whatever in the morning, or okay.
I don't never ask him what he's
Okay.
doing. I think he's buying pot from Lee, but I can't prove it.
Right. Now, how well do you know Lee?
How well do I know
Yeah.
him? He knows my Uncle George. His shop is right next door to my Uncle
To Uncle
George's
George's.
shorts. He used to buy pot from my
Now,
Uncle George.
Where did Lee have his shop at that time?
Yeah.
This would have been 2012, right?
He had he didn't have the shop where it's at now. He had the one the lot across the street.
But he had Lee's record at that time?
Yeah, and it was the lot across the street. But Ollie, we went to his house, Lee's house, and it's right there by that way where I told you.
Okay, so y'all left in Ollie's truck.
Y'all,
Okay,
y'all,
we're done.
you said you came up to Dunn Avenue.
Right.
So now we're with Ollie.
You
Yeah.
want a different coat pen to go with the Ollie?
let's do. Yeah, you got a red one or anything?
Yeah, I'll go get that one.
See if you got another color.
It's the easiest.
All right. All right, so
You sure these guys ain't gonna know that I told you about them?
we don't go around telling people that. And we're talking about serious investigation. This isn't like you told on somebody because you saw them hit their wife.
Right.
Okay? Yeah, If you saw one guy hit his
You
wife,
understand why I asked that?
I understand, but we still got some hurdles we have to cross
Right.
to get past with you. That's
I understand.
all right. So we got Ollie here in blue. So you leave your house and y'all come down to Dunn Avenue.
Right.
Okay.
He said he was going to Lee's.
Okay.
When we crossed over right by that same park, he drove down.
Okay. So y'all came
Right.
back up this same way.
Yeah. And when we got
Okay.
here, we shot over here to Terrell Road,
Yeah,
wherever that
this is Terrell. This
Right.
is the one that crosses
It's got
over.
the caution lights. I remember
Yes.
that because of the caution lights.
Yeah, and Terrell runs down and dead ends into Pecan Park Road.
Right. Well, actually, no, it doesn't go into Pecan Park. That's Airport Road.
Well, what happens is it's Duval Road and it's Pecan Park Road, and Pecan comes up in Airport Road.
Right.
Okay, so you would have had to either come
We
to
went-
Duval or Pecan.
You know where the road that cuts up where River City is?
Yeah, that's Airport Road.
Yeah, that's the way we came
So
up.
what happened is y'all caught Pecan Park Road and you got on Airport Road.
Right.
Okay, and then y'all went over to North Main Street.
Right.
Okay. And y'all went to Lee's house at that time?
Yes.
So you're talking, y'all got to Lee's house maybe 3, 4,
I don't know.
5 o'clock in the morning.
I don't know.
Was
Right.
Lee awake when y'all got there?
Yes.
What did y'all talk about at Lee's?
Him and Lee did all the talking. I just was looking at some of the motorcycles he had in his yard and stuff.
Okay.
And because I like to fix old bikes. And he was talking about selling me one.
Mm-hmm.
And then Ollie came back. Him and Ollie walked in the house for a minute, and they came back out. And when they came back out, we got in his truck, and that's when we shot down Main Street.
Mm-hmm.
And when we came down Main Street, we went to Ollie's shop.
Okay.
And at that time, when we got to Ollie's shop, I think a police officer came up to the shop because they seen me and Ollie with flashlights trying to get to the back to cut lights on, and they were just checking on us. And Ollie told him that, hey,
Property check.
yeah, my dad bought this place. This is our place, and he checked it out. He called and everything cleared up, and we were good.
Okay. So after you go to the shop, then where do you go?
When I left the shop, I went back home.
And which way did y'all go back home?
That time we shot down Dunn Avenue, went all the way down to US 1.
Okay. So Ollie's shop is somewhere here around 295
It's right
and
by
Main
the bush
Street.
plate.
Right.
It's like within like a block from Dunn Avenue.
Yeah. So y'all came back down to Dunn Avenue.
Yeah.
And y'all shot. Well, it does make a turn back up this way. So y'all
Yeah.
come all the way back straight down Dunn Avenue.
Mm-hmm. All the way back
Back to
my-
your home.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And what kind of stuff did you and Ollie talk about? Did you talk about Sherry?
No.
Did you talk about the adventure you had been on that night?
He asked me did I have fun. I told him yeah. I told him we sung some karaoke, and then he knew about the girl that I picked up on the bike because I borrowed the boy's helmet. Because he asked me if I brought the helmet back. I said yeah, it's in my saddlebag.
All right. Did you return the helmet to him?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay. When did you return the helmet?
that night.
That same night?
Yeah.
What? Oh, did you know the guy where he lived, or
No, I
where'd you
gave it
take
to
back?
Oliver.
You
And
gave it to
Oliver-
Ollie,
and
yeah.
Ollie gave it to him.
Okay, that same night.
Yeah.
Were you with Ollie when he gave it back
No.
to him? Okay.
But Ollie knew where the guy lived.
So you went down Braddock Road twice that night.
One with Ollie and one when I
Okay.
dropped that girl off. And I dropped her off, like I said, with them guys. And they were in a white Ford pickup truck, and it was beat up.
Why would she get on the bike with you if you don't know her?
I don't know. That's
Why would
what
you take her?
Because I'm just, anytime a woman ever wanted to ride with me on the bike, I'm like, sure, go ahead. You know how often I don't get that? No, I don't get that at all. I was riding in a Honda. Everybody I know rides Harleys. They'd rather go riding on the Harley instead of on the Honda. She happened to want to ride with me that night. I took her for a ride. That's it.
How intoxicated was she that night?
But she wasn't really like intoxicated. She just was fidgety, real fidgety.
She been doing any drugs, taking
I don't
any
know.
pills?
I don't know. But the way she was fidgety, she made me nervous.
I'm going to sign that.
Yeah.
Just want to sign that to make sure that it's true and correct. And just put down here, Johnny Wayne Johnson today is the 11/18 of 2016.
When I get home, I'm taking my medicine.
18. 16.
Okay. this is a true reflection of your memory of that night. Yes. Okay.
Which is different than what you told Detective Villanueva in the very beginning, where y'all come drop her off on Trout River and then you just go home.
Yeah, Ollie said this was a bad light on me because of the predicament it put me in. He said if I was you, I wouldn't tell him I was nowhere around that girl.
So you never took her back to Trout River?
No.
You never talked to the black lady?
I took the guy up there that...
But you never talked to the black lady?
No. And the people that I actually dropped her off with is them people I told you about. Curtis, Hillbilly, and that other guy. But I don't remember his name. I don't know his name. I don't... them guys there... I knew I had to be in their clubhouse, but I had kept the distance from a lot of them. I mean, I introduced myself to them, and then I just walk on, so they get to know me. But at the same time, things I saw, I didn't want to hang out with them.
Well, Johnny, let me ask you this. The truth be told now, because, I know you said you didn't see Samantha after this incident that year. But you did, because I was there.
I saw her a couple of times, but I don't remember having sex with her or anything.
You did. And it's okay. I don't care about that. You have sex with whoever you want to have sex with. Actually, who cares? But I definitely know that she saw you. Okay.
But I'm not going to jail for something I didn't do.
Okay. She saw you. And then you went with her and her daughter to the doctor in November.
But see, I don't remember that, though. That's the only thing I'm saying is I don't remember going to the doctor. Now, if you say I did, if you say there's...
Who had the brain injury that needed surgery? Kristen?
Yes.
Or Teresa?
That was Kristen, but that wasn't in 2012. That was in 2011.
She went to the doctor in 2012, and you went with her.
Had brain surgery?
No, not the surgery. She was going to the doctor before that incident.
Doing the
pre-op type stuff.
I don't know.
Because Kristen remembers exactly that you were...
I don't remember everything.
Because she remembers, though. She remembers that you were with her mom. And then y'all were in what is it, rodeo she had or something? Something like that?
I don't remember.
Some little SUV.
I think it... Oh, I know what you're talking about. I think it might have been what did Mick was that car? I think it was a Chevy.
I don't remember.
Or a Dodge. No, it was a Dodge.
Oh, Durango.
Was it a Durango?
Yeah, it was a Durango, yeah. His wires think? Yeah.
Yeah. Because I remember that because she came to a mechanic shop one time where I was at and asked me to fix the Ren when she was with the Kenneth Kennard.
Yeah. Yeah. That was her guy she was dating when you were dating Jordan, I guess, right?
Mm-hmm. That's the guy I come in and called her in bed with. Oh. He was my best friend.
Oh.
Yeah. But I didn't get mad. I didn't fight him. I didn't fight her. I just grabbed my stuff, said, if she wants, you can have it.
But, so Kristen remembers, not only does Samantha remember, but Kristen remembers that you went to the doctor with her in November.
Okay.
November 5th.
All right.
And
I don't remember, but if you say I went to the doctor, I remember one time she went to a hospital.
Yeah, it was the hospital.
It wasn't for a brain surgery.
It's not for the brain surgery. It's like a pre-op for the doctor to look at her and kind of evaluate what's going on.
That's what I'm saying. I don't remember that.
Do you remember going to the hospital with her and Kristen?
I remember her going to the hospital because Teresa hit her in the head with a rake.
Was that after this incident?
No.
Okay, you went with her. You went with her to her doctor's appointment, Kristen's doctor's appointment.
That's what I'm saying. I don't.
And you went with her to drop Kristen back off at school.
I don't remember this. I don't remember that because I'm going to tell you why I say that. It's because she said one time before when I was out on the road that I went with her to do something or I was over at her house when I was on the road. She's known
Okay, well, that's not, that doesn't have anything to do with this. So, but that day on November 5th, you went with her and Kristen to Kristen's doctor's appointment, which no big deal.
Okay.
Okay, so.
What does that got to do with anything, though?
Because when you brought her back, you wanted to ride with Samantha to take Kristen back to school, which was fine.
No, I never went to her school with her daughters.
Just to drop her off, not to go into school.
I'm telling you.
But you don't even remember the doctor's appointment, so how do you ever think
but I'm telling you, I've never been to the school with her or the kids.
Okay, you were with her on November 5th.
Okay.
And then instead of going the regular way down US 1, you took her down Braddock Road.
No, I did not. I'm telling you, if we come any path of travel that we travel to the doctor, her and I, it's always been on US 1.
Correct.
because we always took it all the way over to Baptist Memorial.
Correct.
And that's the way we always came
Right, but she
home.
said this time you cut through Braddock Road and you pointed out to the woods.
No, I
You
did
had
not.
something to show her.
No, I did not. I'm telling you, I did not. She didn't even know nothing about this until after it made news. I'm telling you, after the detective started asking me questions, that's when she started trying to ask my mom questions. That's when she started talking
Right,
about
because
this
she
thing.
was doing it for me.
But see, I didn't know nothing about it.
You did because you told her about it, Johnny. How do you
No.
think we went to Braddock Road?
I-
You showed Samantha
I
where the
did
body was.
I did not.
Yes, you did.
I
How we
did
got
not.
to the body.
I am telling you, I did not.
How did Samantha know then?
I don't know, but she's friends with Hasty. I don't know.
Hasty didn't kill her.
She's friends with
Hasty was out of
she's
town.
friends with Ollie. She's friends with all these people. I'm
Okay.
telling you,
Right.
I never did that.
Right.
I never did it.
She's friends with all these people.
No.
Ollie, Casey.
I am standing on this. No, I never took her down Braddock Road. I never
Okay,
pointed in
then
no
how did
way.
Ollie know? How did Hasty know?
I don't know.
Jordan, you
How
showed
did Jordan
Jordan.
know?
No, I did not. I did not. I'm telling you, I did not. I did not. I did not. I did not.
So all these people are lying on you.
Yes.
For what reason?
Yes, I don't know, but I did not, and I
You
will
did.
say I did not.
Because there was a certain thing on the road.
No,
A
I did not.
landmark.
There's a landmark on the road
No.
that you would
I'm
only
sorry.
know
I'm
if
sorry
you were
because
there.
I'm not biting because I did not do it. I did not do it.
Well, who did? You were there when it happened. then.
No, I was not.
Yes, you were. Or
No,
you
I
would
was
not
not.
have known where to show Samantha.
I didn't
Jordan,
show
that-
Samantha nothing.
And Ollie,
I
where
didn't
that
show
body was.
Ollie nothing. I didn't show Samantha nothing. I didn't show Jordan nothing.
Yes, you did.
Because I did not even know where the woman
You
was
showed
found.
them because why else would you go down Braddock Road that night after that incident?
No, I did not.
Yes, you did.
I did not show them nothing.
Do you think a jury's going to buy this?
I don't care if they do or not, but I did not do it.
Well, it's
I
prison
know.
for the rest of your life unless you tell me what happened.
I done told you.
That's not the whole story.
It is the whole story. That's all I know, and I didn't do it. You can believe what you want to believe. I did not do it. I swear on my father's grave.
Well, you swore you didn't see Samantha in 2012 either.
I don't remember seeing her.
You
I don't
swore
remember.
you lost your phone 3 days before the incident when you were using it 3 days after the
I
incident.
don't remember dates. I don't remember times.
You would remember this
No.
just like you remember you went down that road twice that night.
I did not go down that road at all, period, with Samantha. I do not hang out with her like
Just
that.
like you didn't go down that road, period, with Sherry for the first 4 years until you just
I
said.
did not. I did not go down that road with
Correct?
Samantha.
For 4 years, you were convincing people you never went down Braddock Road until tonight.
I don't know these names of the roads. You're telling me names.
I
You can
pointed it
tell-
out to you.
I
You
didn't
said
know.
that's the road. You actually even said it a few times, Braddock Road.
Across from the park next to the food line.
Because he told me it was Braddock Road.
Okay, and I told you it was Braddock Road. But you know it's across from the park and next to the food line.
Yeah, that's because she taught me on the shoulder.
And that's correct. That
Yeah.
that road is Braddock Road. Now, whether you know the name or not, it's not the issue.
No.
The
And as
issue
far
is-
as riding down this road with Samantha, or riding down this road with Ollie, riding down this road
You
with...
said you went down this road with Ollie.
I'm talking about riding down this road with Jordan. I did not point nothing out because I didn't know she was gone. I thought she was still hanging out with them guys.
Well, did you point out where you left her at least? Like, that's where I dropped her off?
No, I did not.
Yes, you did.
No, I did not.
Well, how the heck do you think
I
you
don't
found the
know.
remains of Sherry Prater?
I do not.
Because
No.
she was in those
I
woods
don't
for
know.
a month
I don't know.
before we found her.
I don't know. I don't know how you. I don't know how you found her. I don't know.
And I like how you told one of the girls, ha I got away with it. They think it's animal remains.
I don't know what that is. I don't know what you're talking about.
To Jordan, you thought you got
No,
away with it
I
because
know-
you
I
said
don't-
the news is saying it's animal remains, and lo and behold, that's what the news actually did say.
I don't know. I don't know. I did not tell her nothing. I didn't tell her I got away with anything. I don't believe in murder. I don't believe in killing.
just like on Long Green Road.
I don't know what happened on Long Green Road.
Yes.
That's-
You know what happened on Long Green. That one is back open and being investigated.
No, I
2004.
don't. I don't know.
Okay. Well, you were there for that one as well.
No.
You lied to the police that night, and we're in the process
About
of
cutting
going
your
back.
hand and
Yeah.
getting robbed and all
Yeah,
that other stuff.
I did get robbed when I was with Dickie, but I did not never do nothing on
Do you
Long Green
know
Road.
that we have talked to all those little boys that were 13, 14, and 15 at the time that you were hanging out with as a grown person? Remember all those little boys?
I know Vicky had a lot of people hanging up at the house. I don't know who
You
all
and
they
Vicky
were,
both had a lot
Yeah,
of people.
it's your
hanging
it's
around.
your it's your house.
It's some
too.
of your people.
but I did not do nothing.
That's not what's being told us there again.
I don't care what people say
Your
about
own
me. 'Cause
family knows you had something to do with the Long Green Road. Your
My
own family knows.
I told you my family has it out for me.
Your cousin, what's his name?
Everybody's
All the
against Johnny.
tattoos.
I know what you're saying, and I know what you're trying to say, but I did not do this. I'm telling you.
Well,
I
then,
didn't.
then
don't
explain
know.
this one last thing to me. How did you know where her body was if you didn't do it?
I didn't know. I didn't know where her body was.
If I'm convinced, he's convinced, this entire office is convinced, our staff is convinced, our chiefs are
I don't
convinced,
know where her
the state
body's found.
attorneys are convinced. Do you think you're going to convince a jury that you don't have nothing to do with that?
I did not know where her body is.
Do you know what it takes to put a murder charge on somebody?
See, you got it already set in your head that I done this crime.
That's because this is 4 years
4 years.
But
investigation.
I'm telling you, I did not do this.
That's what you say. That's not what everybody else or the evidence
And a
is
lot of
showing us.
people has it. A lot of people do have it out for
It's
me.
your closest people at this
They're not-
time.
they're not
at this
my-
time. It was your girlfriend. It was your ex-wife. It was your Ollie friend, your Hasey friend. I mean,
And they are all pissed off at me because we all went
They didn't talk to me when they were pissed off.
they talked to us back then.
Well, I'm telling you, I did not say nothing to anybody. I don't even know where her body was found on this
Right,
road.
because no one else has ever mentioned Hillbilly or those other guys.
Because nobody
Because you
will.
never mentioned that to them.
That's because nobody will.
Right, because you never told them about
You
it.
did tell
Nobody.
people different stories because you wanted to know who was going to tell what story.
No. I don't talk to people.
You did back then, Johnny. That's who you hang out with. You know what? Matter of fact, you can say you didn't talk to people, but when I show your phone records and all those people that you talked to at that
I'm
time,
telling you, I did not.
several people.
I did not go. I don't go around talking about crap like this because I don't believe in it. I didn't kill anybody. I haven't killed anybody, and I'm not going to start killing anybody. I won't even kill an
I
animal.
guess everybody was wrong in 2004. Everybody's wrong now. Johnny, you just didn't get caught in 2004. That's just
I didn't do nothing. That's what I'm telling you. I didn't do nothing.
did.
I didn't.
You absolutely did.
I did not. I did not.
And lucky for you at the time, the job wasn't completed in 2004.
I didn't do nothing.
Just like I guess you didn't do anything when you got charged in Georgia.
Oh, in Georgia, I admitted to it. When I got arrested in Georgia.
And I don't care about that. But what I'm saying is,
when they
everybody's wrong.
caught me in Georgia, when I was in jail for
Kidnapping.
something. I was in jail for something different at the time. And the kidnapping was false imprisonment because I took the clerk from behind the counter and put him in the bathroom and I locked the door.
Right. And that would be false imprisonment.
Yeah,
Yes.
right. And I took their car. And when the detective asked me did I do it, I was honest. And I told the detective that is why I got the time that I got. I got 3:15 to serve 5, 2:10 to serve 5,
Were you
and
a
5
certified gang member up there?
What's that mean?
Were you a gang member
No,
in Georgia?
no.
Not at all.
I was not a gang member, even though they said I was affiliated with them because I
With
hung
who?
up. They said I was affiliated with Folk Nation because I had a lot of friends that was folk. But when I got questioned by the detective, and the detective flat out asked me, he says, "I want to know the truth." I told him, I said, "Yeah, I'm the one that done it. I did it. I owned up to my crime.
But that wasn't murder.
It doesn't matter if it's murder or not. If I'm guilty, I'm guilty.
Well,
But I'm not.
In my mind, you've killed 2 people now.
I have not.
You're going to have a hard time convincing me, this detective, or any jury member that this one didn't.
That should have been solved back in 2004.
Yeah.
And all the evidence was there. So lucky you just got a detective that wasn't.
I didn't
fit
kill
for that
You
nobody.
told the detective you were robbed back then.
I was.
Where were you robbed?
I was robbed over there off of Dunn Avenue by the gas station.
You remember?
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
he said. Yeah, that's what he
Yeah.
said. But the video's not there.
Yeah.
The proof of the video's
Yeah.
not there.
But I was robbed.
That's not where it happened.
And I did not do nothing then, and I did not do nothing now. Can I call my wife?
Yes, you're gonna be able to call your wife. You got any other questions for him?
Can I go home?
No, you cannot,
Why is that?
because I'm charging you with murder.
I didn't do murder.
Well, I'm charging you with it, and we can prove it, Johnny.
No, you cannot because I didn't do it.
Okay,
That'll be up for you to.
All right, I want my lawyer.
Yes.
perfect.
Just have
Now you can have a seat.
Have a seat.
I want to call my wife.
After what you get next door in the jail, you get to
Yeah.
call your wife.
She doesn't have a way for me to call or collect.
There's no way to call it here either. It's going to
What about my cell phone? Because I didn't do nothing and this is wrong.
Okay. Your cell phone will go with your personal property.
Well, at least you're breathing.
We called rescue for you.
Yeah, you're gonna be coming. Check you out.
I didn't do nothing wrong.
You just hit yourself in the head,
I
so.
didn't do nothing wrong.
Okay.
I got depression and I'm very.
Okay.
I didn't do nothing.
We'll make sure you go to the 6th floor. No.
I didn't do nothing wrong.
All right.
I didn't do nothing wrong. I didn't do
We're gonna have
nothing. I
rescue
did not
check you out. All right.
I can't stand.
Get this up. Get this up.
I didn't do nothing wrong. I didn't kill nobody.
All right. Okay. We're gonna have rescue come check you out, just to make sure you're okay.
Go on, Michelle.
Go do your stuff. Yeah. We don't want you to.
Sit back in that chair.
There you go. Just sit in the chair.
Oh, I'm going to hurt.
Sit in the chair, all right?
We're gonna have them check you out.
I'm going to hurt myself so much.
Well, we're gonna get you some help. If you do that again, don't do that
Don't you
again.
do it again.
No, I promise
Sit
you
in
don't.
that
wanna
chair
do it.
now.
Why?
Sit down in the chair.
I didn't do nothing wrong.
We will put
Right.
restraints on you if you continue to do
Yeah.
this, so don't
Yeah.
do it.
Don't act.
I didn't do nothing
Okay,
wrong.
all right, that's
And
good.
she's treating
Listen,
me.
hey, look. You said you wanted a lawyer. We're not talking to you.
She's
We're gonna
because
get you
the way
help.
she treated me.
We're gonna get
she
you help.
treated me like an imbecile, and I
No.
didn't do nothing.
I understand. We're gonna get a lawyer for you because that's what you wanted, and we're gonna first of all make sure medically you're okay. And that's it. We're done.
I want to go home.
Yes, I understand. Let's get somebody to check you out.
Can I go home?
We want someone to check you out, and I can't talk to you anymore because you want a lawyer. So I can't say anything other than we're having medical people come check you.
If medical checks me out, can I go home?
I can't say anything else.
I didn't do the only reason why I did
I
that.
can't say anything.
It's
We're
because-
having medical
Sir,
come
no,
check you
we can't
out.
talk to you right now, okay?
All I want to do is call my wife. I can't call my wife. I didn't do nothing. I am innocent and I'm treated like common criminal. I got to pee. Can I pee, please? I'm about to go in my pants.
Easy, my man. Whoa, we don't need those problems. We heard that fart earlier.
Please.
All right, man, we got fire rescue here. They're gonna check you out. Sit back up on that chair, man.
I'm trying to stand up. I'm about to pee my pants.
Well, I need you to sit in that chair and let them check. They will check you out, and then we'll go take you to the bathroom. Have a seat in that chair, and they'll come
I
check you out.
didn't do anything.
Okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
In 2018, after accepting a plea deal, lowering the charge down to second-degree murder, a deal that was reportedly acceptable for Sherry's family, this hardhead would be given 20 years for shooting Sherry and ending her life. But I guess as long as the family is satisfied, I'll accept the punishment as being just. Hopefully, when this headbanger, pun intended, gets out of prison, he'll learn that childhood temper tantrums will get him nowhere. Thank you for choosing to watch another episode of They Caught Me. It would mean the world if you could share this video, as YouTube has not been allowing my channel to grow as of late. I appreciate all of you who are already here, but hey, I would love more people to watch these videos with you. Don't forget about my body-worn camera channel. It's pinned in the pinned comment. And I'm signing out. Have a great day, and I'll catch you again soon, right back here on They Caught Me. Till next time.